What is up, guys? It's your boy Dud, and today I'm gonna be sharing with you guys on what I wish I did differently when I started my car rental business back in 2021. I did a lot of mistakes in the past, guys, in the business, and I'm gonna be going back for you guys down memory lane and just sharing some of the past experiences and what I wish I did differently, right? So let's get straight into the video. So for the people that don't know me, my name is Dudley. I have a luxury and an exotic car rental company that I have been operating for over 4 years now. And I pretty much help people get cars, add them to my car rental platform, where I do the client screening, the insurance verification, the pickups, the drop-offs, where I pretty much do every single thing hands-on, where the owners of the vehicles could just sit back and collect. I've helped countless of car owners make money with their vehicles, and I'm just here to let you guys know that I can do the same for you. So as I'm on my little walk this morning, I'm gonna be going down memory lane, guys, on what I wish I would have did differently. The first thing I definitely wish I would have did differently, when I got my first vehicle, I wish I would have just went all out and got like a high-end luxury or an exotic. So when I first got I started off renting out other people's cars, right? Which was cool. When the time was up to get my own vehicle, I got 2 economy cars. I pretty much got 3 cars. I got one, my car, my Infiniti Q60, which is my personal vehicle. I don't rent that out. Actually, I did rent that out, and I'm gonna explain to you what happened. Then I got 2 other economy cars that I got, which was a Nissan Altima and a Kia K5. I got those 2 economy cars because at the time, those cars, when I was pushing out other people economy cars, those cars were going out for weeks and months at a time, right? So I was like, damn, if I get these cars, I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna play safe. These cars gonna go out. I ain't gotta worry about nothing, which is true. If somebody's watching this right now, if you think about getting an economy car, you could get an economy car because those cars are super passive. They'll go out for like weeks and months at a time for dirt cheap. Maintenance is great. You know what I'm saying? Car parts on economy cars are not expensive, right? So you are playing it really safe when it comes to like the economy cars, which is nothing is wrong with them. But the only thing that you have to keep in mind is you're gonna attract cheap quality clienteles, which is nothing is wrong with that, right? There's nothing is wrong with that. The only thing is when you attract those type of clients, just be mindful that anything could go wrong and they won't pretty much own up to their mistakes like that, right? So the higher trim the car, the different type of crowd of clientele that you're gonna attract. So long story short, when I got those 2 cars, they only lasted like about a year in the rental business. Both of them got totaled. One of them, I didn't do a thorough job of vetting the client out. I rented out to a 19-year-old, which is completely my fault, right? And the other one was more so with ignorance. The 19-year-old crashed my Nissan Altima, and then I had a Kia K5. This one was kind of on my fault because I went to the Kia dealership and needed some new tires, right? I had brought it in for service, but it needed some new tires. And the service guy was telling me like, hey bro, you really gonna need some new tires on the back of the car. And I'm like, all right, cool, I'm gonna take care of that, you know what I'm saying? And he offered me a nice discount at the Kia dealership, but I just refused. I was like, it could go out for like another rental or 2, right? And my ignorance ass rented out probably like the next day at a 3-day rental. And I remember that night that the customer had it was pouring, right? And we all know if it's pouring, raining, and you got no thread on those tires is not gonna last. So long story short, the client fucked around and crashed the car on the highway, and it was a total loss. It was bad, guys. So in the rental business, guys, the more you reduce the risks of accidents, the better. So meaning like vetting out the clients, above age clients, quality clients, valid license, clean background check. Make sure cars cover some type of insurance. You know what I'm saying? Just doing the whole vetting process, that way is less likely to get in an accident. If I were to go back in time, I would have definitely made that correction because I knew better, you know what I'm saying? I knew better, but I had to learn the hard way. Instead of me getting those 2 economy cars, right? I wish I would have just got like, you know, a luxury or an exotic car. You know what I'm saying? I wish I could have got like, you know, a GLE 53 or S580, because those cars, you know, I could have print, you know, $300 to $400 a day and make like, you know, $5,000 a month. Those economy cars, the Nissan and the K5 was only making me like $2 grand each, which is cool, you know what I'm saying, which is cool. But if I had to go back in time, I would definitely just switch up the roster that I had. The other thing I would have did differently, guys, I wish I would have did more vetting in terms for my clients. At the time, I didn't do much vetting. Like I would have rent to like pretty much anybody. And it really wasn't my fault per se, because my surroundings, the people that I used to work with, they would rent out to damn near anybody themselves. When they did that, you know, I'm like, okay, I guess it's cool to rent out to like a 19-year-old with a clean license, you know what I'm saying? And which was wrong. Because a lot of those cars would get into a lot of like incidents, a lot of them, you know what I'm saying? So the money was coming in, but the money was coming in from like the wrong crowd, from 19-year-olds, you know what I'm saying? People that don't have clean backgrounds. I was just collecting cash, giving out the keys. No contract being signed, no nothing, guys. I was just like renting out to anybody, right? Which is horrible because you're not gonna last in the car rental business. If you, like I said, I help people rent out their cars by adding it to my platform, right? At the time, my management was super poor, super poor, right? Like, if those cars were mine, I would have not lasted in the rental business. I remember I had this one guy that had like 5 cars onto the fleet. I was co-managing it, meaning it was me and like 2-3 other brokers that had access to those cars anytime. We could have just went out and got those cars and rented out to our clientele. He had like 5 cars into the fleet, and his cars would always get into some type of incidents, right? And one of the main reasons was because he never threw trackers and kill switches on the cars, right? I made another video about this, but he never threw trackers and a kill switch on the cars because he claimed that it was too expensive or some shit. He was a cheap guy, right? And I wish if I knew what I knew now, I would have never worked with that owner. Because one, you have to protect the cars. You have to know where your car is at all times. So not having trackers and a kill switch will kill you in the rental business. And it killed him. Like, he didn't even last. He got out of the business because he claimed it was too much of a headache. Of course, there's going to be a headache when you don't have trackers and a kill switch on your vehicles. That's like the number one thing I tell all my investors now, So these are some of the things, guys, I wish I would have did differently back in time. I got like thousands of examples. I'll probably save that for another video, like a part 2. But the main thing is, I wish I would have started off with luxuries and exotics instead of like getting like 2 economy cars. Not shitting on economy cars, but like I said, the crowd is different. The type of clientele are different. 2, I wish I'd have had more systems in play, like vetting out the clients more, doing a better job of managing the cars, right? Because I did scare a lot of owners away. And 3, not working with car owners or investors that would be too cheap, that would not invest in their assets, right? So it's super important to invest in the asset. But now, guys, things have changed 360. I'm in my 4th year of doing this business, and like I said, by year 2.5 now, by the 3rd year, by the ending of the 2nd year, I'll take my business very seriously. I'm like, you know what? Let me turn everything around and just take everything very seriously. So now, guys, if anybody invests into my business, I make sure I do a thorough job of vetting, of taking care of the car owners' cars. I treat it like it was mine. Right, I take great care of it. I keep it clean. I do the vetting process where like I make sure I'm vetting out the client to make sure if he's above age, a clean background, right? A clean driving history. I make sure the car is protected with some type of insurance, so that way every time the car goes out, the car is protected with some type of insurance, right? I do the pickups, the drop-offs, where the owners are completely hands-off. They don't have to be nowhere near the transaction, and it's like an already done-for-you car rental business. So that's what I've built now, and they have systems in play to keep the car protected, and like it's like pretty much almost automated right now. I'm still building it, but now I've helped several owners that is making passive income every single month. I got 2 BMW owners in my fleet. I got a Kia K5, a Hyundai Sonata. I got a Corvette in my fleet. I got 2 Genesis, a G70, a GV70 in my fleet. All of these are different owners. So I just want to let you guys know that I can do the same for you, right? If you have a luxury and exotic vehicle and you need my help to help you manage those cars for you, and you want to be completely hands-off because you're doing other things in life, I got you. There's a link in the description and pin the comments where you can apply to book a one-on-one call. And I'll be more than happy to help you, to see if I can help you. The last thing is, guys, before I head out, is before you invest into a car rental company like mine, you must have no personal attachment to your vehicles, right? I made the mistake of renting out my personal car, my Infiniti Q60, to clients, right? Because Cause it was a clean car. That car I was charging like $200 a day. So if you can make like an extra 400, 600 off a couple days rentals, why not? So I took it, right? And then again, it was at the time where I really didn't vet out my clients. So my car, my Q60 is a Red Sport. It's pushing over 400 horsepower. So when cars like that, I gotta do extra vetting, extra vetting, right? But I didn't do so, right? So folks was speeding in my shit, you know what I'm saying, doing crazy shit in my shit, and then my shit got into an accident. Client literally brought it back to my place, all fucked up, like literally all fucked up. Like he's like, yeah, bro, my fault. I was on a highway, man, but one of the tires was driving funny, man, and I couldn't really, it just popped on me, and then I had to change the tire, then they just swerved on me on the highway, all types of shit. And I'm looking at the trackers, this man going 100 plus on my car, bro. I'm like, dawg, you feel me? So I took an L on that because I had no insurance on that vehicle. I had my own personal insurance, right? I had to take an L. The deposit was only $500. You know what I'm saying? So, if you got a personal attachment to your vehicles, do not hand your keys over to me, because the car rental business will have wear and tear. That's a guarantee. It will be like minor dings and dents and stuff like that. Not all the time, but as it's being rented out, it will be wear and tear. So, no personal attachment, guys. And I just wanted to share those things that I wish I knew when I first started my car rental business. I would have went back in time and changed these things. All right, so that's it for today's video. I'm on my walk right now, enjoying this walk. And yeah, guys, if you find value in this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Leave your comments in the comment section. Share with a friend or two. Like I said, check out the pinned comments and link in the description to apply to add a vehicle to my fleet. And let me see if I can help you. All right, I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. Peace.